My name's Colin. I live in Bath in the southwest of England. This is my channel, the Yay, Nay or Meh channel, and this is another edition of This Charmed Man, a series of first-time reaction videos to the TV series Charmed. And we have reached episode 18 of season 2 of Charmed, and the plot is moving on apace. Piper has finally broken up with neighbour Dan.
Whoa.
Who was always just marking time before Piper realised she really loved Leo, or at least in my opinion. Prue is seemingly now a professional photographer. We still haven't seen Phoebe back at university or college or whatever it is for a few episodes, but apparently she needs to wear glasses now and is concerned about that, which she shouldn't be, because glasses are cool. Am I trying to convince myself or you about that? But anyway, I think I've got no issue with glasses. We are coming to the end of the season, and we still haven't got a big bad. Oh yeah, the source that was it Vitek, Steve Railsback a couple of episodes ago. Vertek, was it? Whatever the demon's name was, but he started talking about the source, and we still haven't come back to that. So is that going to be something on into the future? Are we going to hear anything about it before the end of season 2? Who knows? Can't think of anything else that needs addressing at this point. So we're up to episode 18 of season 2. Chick flick. Please don't tell me we're going to go back and deal with the love triangle again. I thought we'd seen the last of that. I thought Dan had been quietly got rid of and Leo and Piper were back together and trying to work out, even though Piper suddenly apparently doesn't want to be a witch anymore, which really did seem to come out of nowhere. But chick flick, I mean, that is the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, the love triangle and the romantic entanglements and, oh no, we can't possibly be together. Of course you can, just make it simple. But they never do they? Because it's TV, it needs drama, it needs conflict. Please don't go back to the love triangle. I hope that's not what chick flick means. Well, I guess we'll find out. So yes, episode 18 of season 2 of Charmed. Chick flick.
So I think I'll call this woman pretending not to look out the window.
How about girl about to pour hot tea on sister's head? Let me see. Either I'm that transparent or you're that good.
Well, I don't think I'll comment since you do have hot liquid over my head.
I'm sorry, I was watching Dan Come Home Alone, and I think a more appropriate title for that photo would be Witch with a Severe Case of the Guilt. I mean, he was a nice guy who did nothing wrong, and...
True, it's just you did not love him.
I know, I just feel like Dan got the short end of the stick.
There are so many ways that I can go with that, but I think I'll just...
Thank you.
I was tempted as well,
You
yes,
shouldn't
we
be worried
said.
about your past when your future is in town tonight for dinner and a movie.
I know. My first real date with Leo, as a normal couple.
You will never be a normal couple. I mean, that's kind of the problem, isn't it?
I think after a year and a half of battling monsters, I could handle a scary movie. Did I mention that Billy is the perfect man?
Once or twice.
Is Billy a character in a movie?
I will get that.
Is this going to be the last action hero? Is Phoebe going to be sucked into
Phoebes, who
the
is
movie with Billy? Holy shit! What was...
Hey! Can I have anything nice to say?
All right, who took my look?
cannot believe that they made us pay.
Sorry. Evil that has traveled near, I call on you to disappear. Elementals, hear my call. Remove this creature from these walls.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's all part of the show, sir. I cannot believe that just worked. It seemed too
Neither
easy.
can I. That was far
We're
too
getting
easy.
way too tough for these guys. No.
Okay, so it is Last Action Hero.
Columbia Pictures is proud to present the screen's greatest action hero, Jack Slater.
Don't even think it, Slater, you hear me?
This is the Lieutenant Governor.
Slater, here's what I... The governor gets here, call me.
And Danny Madigan is his biggest fan.
Jack Slater 4.
But tonight, a magic ticket
It's a passport to another world.
will get Danny closer to the action than anyone ever dreamed.
Holy cow! I'm in the movie!
Who the hell are you?
Don't shoot me! I'm Danny Madigan, I'm a kid!
And you're going with him.
Did he come out of the movie or was he put into the movie? Well, if this is a film that Phoebe's obsessed with, then presumably she would recognise if a character from the movie, or somebody who looked like the character from the movie, attacked her. So, did they just put a warlock or something in the movie?
I mean, don't we usually start someplace dark and dreary and then end up at the manor for the big old vanquish?
Wait a minute. He followed me home. I knew I recognized him from somewhere. He was at the movies, and then he followed me home.
Yeah, well, he had a reason to attack us, so he would have found us somewhere later.
So, a demon or a warlock or something who's a cinephile? Why not?
Well, remember the spell that we used for the bunyip? Well, I just combined that with the one for the demon with the horn coming out of his
Forehead?
Yep.
Nice work. I wish they all went this smoothly.
You have one message.
When did they deal with the bunyip?
Oh my god. I'm late. I'm so late. I have to get ready. Hold this.
Pardon me? Oh, I hope you don't mind. I got the munchies.
No, not at all.
And for you?
Thank you.
Welcome.
There's no salt. Could you ask that table for theirs?
Sure. Excuse me? May we borrow your salt?
Of course. And they're sitting right next to each other.
Amelia, as in someone I just work with, Amelia?
Here's your salt.
Thanks.
Oh, the awkwardness. So yes, chick flick, although it does seem to be more about cinema.
Here's to our first real date. What are you doing? They need you?
He just got the
well,
call.
I guess it would be the same thing if I was dating a doctor, right? I just wanted tonight to be perfect.
Yeah, well, perfection's never going to happen.
I was with you.
And of course he says exactly the right thing.
He is amazing. Have you met him?
Not in person, I just know him through his press.
All right, well, I mean, the prose in this is mediocre at best. They didn't even cover his period in Germany. Not only is he a gifted photographer, but he just seems so giving and warm.
A fan?
Yeah, never meet your heroes.
Tell him I said so.
Yes, Mr. Beck.
Oh, no. Not now. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Digital is for amateurs. Careful, dear. Your true colors are showing. Why don't you do something useful and get me some tea?
And of course he's a sexist prick.
Hey, honey, how was school?
Will someone please tell me what is up with guys?
You don't really expect me to have an answer for that, do you?
Yeah, she's probably the last person that should answer that question.
Billy, the guy from the movie. And I know that this is reality, but why can't a guy like that exist in my reality? Ugh.
Here I am talking about the shortage of perfect men, and in orbs yours. I found one of the good guys.
Fortunately, I'm here to
I'm
talk
glad
about
that
the
this has
bad
kind of
guys.
been normalised now. Just, the sister's boyfriend.
Well, when we last saw the demon, we vanquished him in aisle 6.
And now he's in Act 3, up on the screen.
Actually, I was just leaving. I should have known the disappearing demon routine wouldn't fool you for long.
Yeah, all you really did was piss us off.
Silly Wiccan. Tricks are for kids.
Piper.
This is the world of illusion, and you girls are reality.
That's actually interesting. I mean, because in sort of like high fantasy in magic, Lord of Illusions, all that, but that's all cinema is. I mean, it's just flickering lights on a screen, 24 frames a second or whatever it is. But that is an illusion, a modern day illusion, but an illusion. That's just kind of an interesting twist.
Or are you just gonna flirt me to death like your little tarty sister?
Watch your language in front of the ladies. Consider that a warning.
I'm sorry, was it the word sister that bothered you? How about bitch? Does that go down easier?
Okay. So yes, this is now the last action hero with somebody coming out of the screen into the real world. And he's in black and white, interesting.
How did you...
Oh, and I guess this is also kind of Pleasantville, isn't it? So like the clash between the modern world and the perfect world of the 1950s.
There's a place where life is simple. People are perfect. And everything is black and white.
Honey, I'm home.
It's a place that's as far from reality as we can imagine.
How about some marshmallow rice squares?
Those are swell. But maybe it's a lot closer
Let me see that.
than we think.
What happened?
I'm not sure.
Look at me. I'm pasty.
Morning, kids. Better get a move on or you'll be late for school.
I put blueberries in them just the way you like. We're in Pleasantville?
No!
We're supposed to be in school.
We're supposed to be in color?
What's all the commotion?
Who's that?
I didn't think you'd want to come here until we'd been pinned for a little while.
You can pin me anytime you want to. Or maybe I should just pin you.
She's a fine young woman. She would never do anything for us to be concerned about.
From the creator of Big and Dave.
What are you doing to these people? You can't do this to them. You're messing with their whole universe.
Maybe it needs to be messed with, David.
Leo, they told you that his goal was to create violence in society?
Yeah, but they left out the how part.
He goes into movies. That's where he does it.
Does what?
Well, first he... Where's the music?
Music? What music?
This is around the second act, right? When everything's about to be explained? Where's the music we're supposed
This
to
is
talk
also
with?
kind of a
Build
meta
suspense,
episode,
hide
isn't
the
it?
exposition.
Sort of they're talking about the episode that they're currently in, essentially, because this is the start of Act 2, essentially.
He wasn't at the movie, he was in the movie. So if he can use Billy's movie, then he can use other movies.
If he's gonna spread violence, he's gonna prey on people who are already open to it.
All right, so he'll be in horror movies. I'll grab a paper, head out to the theaters that are playing those.
And it's also a little bit reactionary, movies cause violence. Are we really going there?
How'd you like to do that for real? Who is this guy? I can get you out of here. Take you to a place where the movie never ends. Simmer down. I'll be back to you in a moment.
And this is interesting, having sort of like different versions, different types of movie, different types of horror movie.
I never minded. I always knew what scenes to show up for and what to say. But then he comes into the movie and I'm getting to write my own lines. Be more like you. I think you're swell, Phoebe.
Thank you, Billy.
Yeah,
But I don't know how
I'm
this
suspicious about
happens, or how I'm supposed to be.
this. Is not going to end well. I mean, but is he knowingly evil? Or is he sort of doesn't realise what he's capable of? Could go either way, but it's not going to end well.
You're in my world now. What do you want to do?
Yeah, don't ask a man that question. Yeah.
I almost forgot.
But if he's from a 1950s horror movie, does he even have genitals? Because with the Hays Code and all that kind of stuff, sex is just not real part of the plot.
Your work meant more to me than you will ever know, and because of that, I have carried around this illusion of what it would mean to me to meet you and to learn from you and how that would make me appreciate your work even more. But now it is so hard for me to even look at your pictures.
Yeah, never
I
meet
think
your
of the man
heroes.
who took them, and it is devastating to me to realize that the brilliance of your eye is completely destroyed by the ignorance of your mouth.
Wasn't much of a date last night. Want to find a couple seats in the back and make out before demon hunting?
No, there's an offer you can't refuse.
I'll be right there, Phoebe.
Put him down, Phoebe. Oh yeah, this guy.
Sneaky, sis.
Okay, nicely done, Piper.
When Leo and I tracked down the demon, he sent some white pasty hag literally off of the screen to kill us. I think he called her Bloody Mary. Wait a minute, this Paul Bunyan with a lobotomy? He's from Axe Husband. I saw that last week.
We so have to monitor your viewing habits.
How's that going to help?
I'm being stalked by psycho killers and I hide in the shower.
Exactly.
So Billy said that the only thing that he knows is what's written for him in those movies. So maybe this is the only way that the psychos know how to die, is how they were killed on screen.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? I'm a romantic comedy girl. Why go to the horror movies when they come to us?
All right, that leaves you, Phoebes.
Oh. We have got to do something about that.
Seems a little bit easy to do it that way. We just killed them in the way they were killed on screen, and that's enough.
It's okay. The man is here to save the day.
Billy, it's the 21st century. It's the woman's job to save the day.
Well, at least he backed down.
It's over.
Don't ever say that. Every time someone says that in the movie, something always...
It's Daryl. So is it over?
Not even close. We don't know how many more are out there, and we have no way of stopping the demon from tampering with the audiences, so...
Use the D word again.
Sorry.
Damn.
And
I
I
gotta get
bet
back to
Billy
the
is
station.
freaking out about the fact that there's a black cop.
Thanks, Daryl.
Billy! You're back! Just in time. Well, this is the part where we're supposed to be... You brought company. Oh, Billy, how could you? We were going steady. And you...
Hey, but I'm still open for a threesome.
That's because the
Or
writers told me to, Sally
fivesome.
Mae. I mean, you're a nice girl and all, but...
Check me out. I'm retro.
Ugh, it tastes like an ass. Fault.
And now for the bite.
Ah, the Hays Code.
Oh, you need to get away. Wow. He's under a spell.
We're out of time.
Prue?
Piper, Phoebe, get out of there quick. Oh, ouch!
Prue, why is it getting dark? Prue?
Okay, that's an interesting twist. Although, I guess I probably should have seen it coming. That something would go wrong and I'd be stuck there. Because that's what always happens. I mean, that's gross negligence when you're dealing with 35mm film.
Where the hell is reverse?
Yeah, there's no way an amateur can do that. That's... It's not that simple, surely.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah. These are the mighty charmed ones. Ooh, watch me run in fear.
Prue, I don't know what else we can do.
And you're supposed to be the
Burn the film.
You should really try and not be so negative. How does it feel to finally know someone you can't defeat? Huh?
I don't know, you tell me. You know, if you leave a subject under the light for too long, it burns.
Well, you're a witch, and I'm a white lighter. You know, being busy, being called away are probably the only normal things about us.
Hello, doors
As
open.
you just left the
Anybody
door open. Yeah, of course.
Hey! Dan. Hi, are you...
Just leaving.
I mean, it's got to be so awkward with him living next door. And that's kind of the problem with the
never get any
girl
easier.
/ boy next door, literally.
Okay, talk to me of something else. What happened in the magazine? I will never see another horror movie again, but I ran across this and thought,
Prue. Oh, Prue. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna go watch it right now.
should we worry? I think she's just saying goodbye.
Is it really over?
Yes, Sally Mae, it is.
Was 2000? Was that probably when did DVDs first come out? And yet she's still watching it on a VHS tape. I think that was a pretty good episode. But maybe didn't go as far as it might have done. I mean, in general, the idea of getting killers from horror movies into the real world and having them kill in that way, that's not a bad premise. But there was stuff in there that they touched upon but didn't really explore. Like the idea that Billy in the real world, or in the real world of the show, was making comments, making meta comments about the show we are watching. Like, where's the music? This is the start of Act 2. I think they could have pushed that a little bit further. I also think they could have done the Pleasantville thing a bit more. I mean, Pleasantville is a pretty underrated movie, and I'm not sure how well known it is now, but, the idea of real world, our world, and the differences between that and, a black and white 1950s sitcom, and what happens when that world starts getting colour, is sort of really deep stuff. I mean, like, the idea that this 1950s college guy who's going steady and has given his pin to his girlfriend coming to the real world and not being a fan of swearing, for example, they could have pushed that a little bit further. The fact that it would have been weird for him that it was a black cop who showed up and started investigating, because that definitely, or almost certainly, wouldn't have happened in his reality. I mean, what passes for reality, this movie. So yeah, I mean, questioning the attitudes of the film, and by extension questioning the attitudes of the 1950s, I think that could have been something that maybe could have been explored. And for that matter, the reverse. I mean, questioning how and why Phoebe is so obsessed with this film and this idealized version of romance that she first saw when she was 12. And how that isn't actually that healthy, or potentially isn't that healthy. So are we going to address that? Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, and DVD players were widely available in the US in 1997. So by 2000, why wasn't she watching that movie on DVD rather than on a VHS tape? But yeah, I think it was good for what it was, had some good ideas, but it touched upon things and brought up things which I really would have liked to see explored a little bit more. So, yeah. But, I mean, the idea of killers coming out of horror movies and killing people in the real world in the way that they know how to do. I mean, because the differences between the reality of a horror movie and the reality of, the real world, I think that there's an interesting disconnect there, because in the real world, in general, people don't go around killing people with axes, and spirits don't come out of mirrors if you say their name 4 times. Although you will not see me saying Candyman or Bloody Mary into a mirror, or Beetlejuice for that matter. I mean, the difference between the accepted reality of a horror movie within the horror movie itself. Like, if you go to a summer camp, you will get killed by somebody wearing a hockey mask. That's just what happens, but it doesn't happen in real life. Or not in general, anyway. So, the disconnect between the reality for these characters on the screen and what happens when you switch that and put them into the real world. Again, I think that's something that could have been explored a little bit more, but yeah, I think that was a fun episode, but maybe a surface level episode. And with a little bit more effort, I think a bit more depth could have been put. It could have been something really great. I mean, if they had consistently done the meta commentary, like Billy making comments about the episode of television we are currently watching, if they had made constant comments about the attitudes of the black and white 1950s with 2000 San Francisco, the disconnect between that, I think you could have done more with that. But yeah, it was fun for what it was, and yeah, I think that was a decent episode. But it does make me worry about Phoebe's romantic life. I mean, I think she's got some very specific and potentially quite damaging ideas about sexuality and romance. But let's see how that develops. But yeah, decent episode, and yeah, I think that's where I should leave it. If you have watched this far into the video, maybe I deserve a like. Consider giving me a like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, do all those things. Have a look around on my channel. There might be other things that interest you on the channel, on the feed. But for right now, I think that's where I leave you. So all that remains for me to say is this has been a presentation of the Yay, Nay or Meh channel. And I will see you next time where I shine a light on TV and cinema, both obvious and obscure.